What's up, my friends? Out here mowing my yard. Um, I got like a pretty sweet, pretty sweet little electric lawnmower. Check this guy out. It's pretty badass. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty badass. Take my word for it. It's like the Tesla of lawnmowers. It's pretty cool. But here's the deal. Here's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm a little under the weather. I'm mowing. My boys usually do it. I got teenagers. They mow the yard most of the time, but I like doing it on occasion. Uh, freeze, kind of clears my mind. Right on here, listen to my earbuds. I got a couple acres. Anyways, here's the thing, my friends. I'll start with the story. So this week, I'm talking to one of my agent investors. This is a guy. He's an agent on my team, and we've been knowing each other for many, many years now, and kind of coached him along, flipping houses. I didn't even have to coach him that much. I just gave him a couple of my courses, answered some questions here and there, and dude, just been rocking it for several years until, okay? And so I do like all the lending for him. I lend to him on his flips and all this kind of stuff, and the guy's crushed it. But the market's different. The market's changed. And so he's been going through some stuff. And we got on a call this week. Well, things started coming to the surface a few months ago. And it wasn't pretty. It was tough. But dude, you gotta work through it. And this too shall pass. But you have to pass through it. Like you have to do what you gotta do, and you gotta show up and do the work. And it kind of came to a head this week where he's thinking about tapping out. And not just a flipping, like tapping out of life. And shit's heavy, man. Like this has been on my heart a lot with men going through really difficult times, and suicide rate and depression rate, and just a sense of hopelessness and learned helplessness and all this stuff that men deal with. And stayed in the fight of the conversation with my friend, and we worked out a plan, and then we saw a light. I'm like, if we do this, we do this. If this happens, you get out of this thing, man. It's not the end of the world. It's just a fucking fight. It's just a fight. And you gotta stay in the fucking fight. If you don't, then you lose. And that's true for now. And my wife and I recently had a fight, a collision. And it's never fun and it's never easy. But in these big fights, with your loved ones, with your business, with your children, there's always a decision to make. You fight or flee. You just gotta stay in the fight, man. And then if you can, as you're fighting, learn to embrace the pain and the fight, you're on the road to getting your fruit. That's where the fruit comes from. The fruit comes from the fight, not from the flee. There's no flee. If you flee, you get no fruit. Just gotta fight, man. Don't tap out. Whatever you're going through right now, there's a good chance you're going through some shit. Personally, professionally, relationally, spiritually. God, why don't I hear from you, God? There was a time where I would say that I fled, I left, and I kind of gave up on God. I didn't fight. I didn't kind of stay in that game for a while. The arena, because He's forgiven. Business is not always forgiving. Relationships are not always forgiving. God is forgiving all the time. Thank God, literally. But wherever you're at, stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. If you need some help, you need some support, you need some coaching to stay in that fight, hit me up. Don't tap out. Stay in the fight.